Alright, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another DC video. So, I got the ice tank build for y'all. I got it for you. So, check it out, right? Starting off with artifacts, we got Mystic, Manacles, Everyman Prototype, Circe's Mask, and Lazarus Pitwater. Some people might disagree with me on Lazarus, not Lazarus, but Circe's Mask. The only reason why I run Circe's Mask is solely because of the extra heals that you get, which is just the healing is getting increased by 30%. And for the fact that you can stun up to at least a total of 5 ads for a few seconds, so it definitely helps out with juggling ads so they won't rip through your first shield and shit whenever you're running Elite or Elite Plus content. And also, it's pretty good if you got a healer that not a bad healer, but you could say a healer that's inconsistent with their abilities. So it'll help them out and it'll also help you out for survivability too. And again, juggling adds with the stuns every time your shield gets broken or whenever the ability ends itself, it's perfect. You really can't go wrong with it. But if you disagree with me, hey, it's all good, man. I'm not tripping. So if you don't want to use Circe's Mask, you can always, you can always replace it with the Refractor. And I mean, that's really about it for real. Allies. So I did change it. I did buy Static Shock, but Static Shock is good as well. It's just for that extra shield that he gives you every time you summon him. I always use Superman and I always use Future Lex Luthor. Static is just as good as Superman, but the only difference is you have to summon Static all the time to get a full advantage. I mean, the only reason why Static is good because he gives you that damage reduction shield same way that Superman does. But with Superman, it's through an ability, and with Static, you just have to summon him. So just a small difference, nothing too crazy though. Now with the specs, I don't put nothing into weapons. I always put my points into breakout, breakout mastery entirely, and restraints. Iconic powers, I just bought lasso, so that, I mean, that's really optional. You can use the single taunt that ice provides you if you're if there's a raid that requires you to separate like two bosses or whatever, kind of like the terrarium with rocket and static. Those are like just a prime example. That's only if you're doing Elite Plus though, in my opinion, but preference is preference at the end of the day. Buy a hard light shield though. With the stat points, I'm not gonna lie, I just chose to put max points into critical healing, chance, and magnitude. You don't have to. You could just do the usual 10, max out your dominance, and then, put the rest into health. And if you got any left over somehow, you go ahead and max out the rest of the stuff, which is just your chance and magnitude, and you cool for real. And so if you somehow still got points left over, shit, you just start putting the rest into restoration, I guess. But I mean, that's really about it with ice. Oh yeah, the loadout. You got your two main pools. You got Reflection, Winter Ward, Shadow Restraints, and Hard Light Shield. So, I mean, that's really about it with ice. But before I transition y'all over to the Assault and Battery raid, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all an idea of how the rotation works real quick. Alright, I want to show y'all something real quick. With ice, with its two main pools, which is Inescapable Storm and Resonating Gale. The main takeaway pretty much is Inescapable Storm can be very inconsistent and sometimes it can get a little bit messy. So I don't really recommend you to use that pool when it comes to dealing with ads. You could definitely get away with using it on a boss fight though. You really can. So the first thing you want to do is use Resonating Gale and clip it with Reflection. And boom, the rotation goes as pretty much you using your weak shield first, then use a strong one, use a weak one. Sorry about that, and then use a strong one, and that's pretty much the whole rotation, y'all. And also, get this back socket mod because it is hella good too, and it helps out a lot, especially if you end up running through a lot of your shields a little bit too quickly whenever you're running a elite plus or just elite entirely if things get difficult for you when you're using ice. So this is a pretty good socket mod. um you can get it in marketplace though. That's like the downside to it. Oh, and also with Cersei's mask, obviously it says in the description when your shield is broken, you'll get like these full benefits. um know this: your shield does not have to really be broken by the ads entirely. Your shield can be broken just because of the sole fact that it's been up for so long, and that's it. Even without it being broken, the ads pretty much will still get stunned. And I mean, that's really about it with Circe's mask. So it's a win-win for you regardless, and you're going to get that increased healing as well. So one last time, if you're pretty good with juggling the ads and you're using Reflection and the ads just can't get up at all, they can't really do nothing to you, they can't even touch you, once your shield breaks, they still get stunned at the end of the day. So you're chilling. And again, that increased healing, it helps you out by a lot too. But for boss fights, you could use Refractor. Don't really make much of a difference. But in my experience with ice so far, Circe's mask is way more better. So I'm gonna go ahead and transition y'all over to the raid with Assault and Battery with me using ice.